Welcome to the Inner Whisper, your sacred pause to come back to yourself. I'm really happy you're here. Thank you. This week, we have been exploring something deeply human. We started by talking about being single and genuinely at peace. Then we talk about wanting a relationship without losing that peace. And if you haven't listened to these inner whispers, please go back and listen to them because each one complements the other. But today I want to ask you something more intimate. When you think about being in a relationship, are you imagining sharing your life? Or somewhere underneath, are you hoping someone will finally feel that what feels missing? This is not a question to judge yourself. It's a question to look at honestly. For years, we have been told that love completes us, that there is a missing half, that the right person will fix the parts that don't quite feel settled. But if you already come whole, what is love then? If your worth is not dependent on being chosen, how do you choose? It's not the same to share your life as it is to look for confirmation. It's not the same to love as it is to outsource your well-being and happiness. Maybe maturity is not about desiring less. Maybe it's about no longer needing someone to validate who you already are. And that changes everything. There's a story most of us absorbed without even questioning it. The idea that love arrives to fill what's missing, that someone will perfectly fit the empty spaces, that when the right person appears, something inside us finally settles. It may sound romantic, but it's also risky. Because when you believe someone is supposed to complete you, you place an invisible weight on the relationship. You expect them to calm your insecurities, to regulate your emotions, to confirm your value. No one can carry that weight without the relationship becoming fragile. Looking for someone to fill your gaps doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle. It shows up as needing to be chosen, as fearing you're not enough, as anxiety when someone pulls away. And that's where dependency reveals itself. When you stop looking for someone to complete you, something reorganizes internally. You begin to understand that your stability is your responsibility, that your wounds, if you have them, are yours to explore and heal, that your identity cannot depend on someone else's approval. This doesn't mean you stop wanting love. It means love changes its function. Love no longer carries the burden of fixing you. It doesn't exist to stabilize your fears or confirm your worth. It becomes something you choose, not something you depend on. A choice rooted in steadiness instead of urgency is awareness instead of fear. When you come whole, a relationship doesn't define you. It accompanies you. And that difference transforms how you relate. I want to offer you these 3 pathways to help you how to stop looking for completion. If love is not here to complete you, then the question becomes practical. How do I actually stop looking for someone to fill what feels missing? The first path Take responsibility for what you expect others to fix. Be honest about what you're hoping a partner will give you. Is it emotional security, financial stability, validation, belonging? There's nothing wrong with desiring support. The issue begins when you delegate your well being and your happiness. Stopping the search for completion begins when you accept that your emotional regulation, your self worth, and your direction in life cannot depend on someone else. If something feels unstable inside you, work on it yourself. Don't postpone it hoping love will solve it, because it will not. The second path: strengthen your identity outside the relationship. When someone looks to be completed, their identity often becomes too flexible. They adjust to be liked. They shrink to avoid losing someone. Ask yourself, who am I when I'm not trying to be chosen? What values are not negotiable for me? What is my natural rhythm, even if no one approves? Strengthening your identity means you can enter a relationship without getting lost in it. When you know who you are, you don't need someone else to define you. You define yourself. And the third pathway: change the question you ask about love. Instead of asking, does this person complete me? Ask, do they add to the life I already have? If your answer is that you need them to save you, to confirm you, or fill a void, you're choosing from lack. But if your answer is that you want to share who you already are, then you're choosing from wholeness. And when the question changes, your energy changes. You stop choosing from need and start choosing from awareness. And that shifts the kind of relationship you attract and build. But so far we have talked about this intellectually. Now let's bring it into the body. It's not enough to understand that you are already whole. You need to feel it. So let's breathe together with the breath of light. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. So inhale, noticing any weight you're carrying in your shoulders. And breathe out, letting that weight softening and dropping. Ha! Breathe in, bringing your attention to your feet touching the ground. And let go, allowing any remaining tension to move downward and release it to the earth. Ha! Last breath, breathe into the center of your chest. And breathe out, feeling that center steady, grounded, your own. Ah. Stay there for a few seconds, feeling your energy grounding. What we have explored this week is not a strategy to get a partner. It's a different posture toward love. When you stop looking for someone to complete you, love loses the pressure to save you. It stops being confirmation or an escape. Anthony de Mello once said, love springs from awareness. And he also said, when you see that you lack nothing, the whole world belongs to you. That's the shift. From needing to be rescued to choosing to connect. When you come from whole, your light doesn't shrink to be accepted. It expands to be shared. So I want to share with you this mantra so you can repeat it whenever you feel that you're choosing from lack. I lack nothing. I choose from wholeness. Thank you once again for being here. If something in this whisper resonated with you, subscribe to the channel so we can keep exploring these conversations that bring us back to the center. Share it with someone who's learning to love without losing themselves. And please leave me a comment. Are you choosing from need or from wholeness? And if you stayed until the end, leave me a heart so I know that we're walking this path together. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you next week. Until then, love deeply, shine brightly, and embrace your journey. Ciao.